my very first memory of anything like that, my dad was outside. He's not with us no more, but he was outside, sat on the bonnet. He had a brown Austin Allegro, and he was sat on the bonnet. And I went to the window because it was a bay window, and I said to my mum, "What's Dad doing?" He goes, "Oh, he's protecting the car." And I looked outside, and I opened the front door, and he goes, "Get back inside, get back inside." And I just looked, and I could see there was two groups of lads, and I goes, "What's?" He goes, "Get inside." He goes, "It's the Bother Boys," because that was his saying, told me to get back inside. So I went back inside, ran upstairs, looked out their bedroom window, and I could see two sets of lads going for it. It was Sheffield United, or I know it was Sheffield anyway, and it was going off and for a 13-year-old, I looked out the window, and I just thought, fucking hell. But I didn't think, shy away from it, or didn't. I just thought, fucking, I was just interested straight away from the age of 13. I had to bring it up. We went to Burnley away, and it was going off but some of the Burnley were tooled up as well. One of them had a machete and was swinging it around in his car park. But it's going off big style. And one of my mates he didn't get stabbed. He's got his tracksuit cut, but our top lad went fucking mad. We had to get this lad out of town. He's a good mate of mine. Fish with him every now and then. He's a decent lad, quite quiet now. And we didn't realise he had a knife. And we were never known as blade merchants. No Lincoln ever. I mean, I've seen it on Facebook before on some sort of banter page where, I've seen Lincoln. I thought, no, because our lad at the time, I'll just call him One Punch. Yeah. He just was totally against it. And all our older lads were. So we just didn't carry blades. Yeah. All right. The old ammonia, in the old Jif. Jif bottles, all the ammonia bottles. I mean, I got sprayed twice by Lincoln lads. And that when that got you, ammonia in your eyes, that was it. You were fucked.
You first started getting involved then, Andy? Sort of when did you first start? You were at the front of it.
When we went to, we're all going from school. Lads having little vans, travelling in transit vans at first, back of transit vans. So away games, just having it, little bits of offs. We didn't have a big mob then, say about 10, 20 of us, 2 tranny vans. It were enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you have a name back then, or was it just the mob of your, just your local?
No, just like the Burnley crew.
Just the Burnley crew.
Yeah.
And
then when we started getting a bit of mob together, then it would start the Varkite Central crew. You know what I mean? Because that's the coach firm we used to use.
Oh, right, yeah. So obviously the Suicide Squad is quite notorious, and it's very, it stands out. So can you remember how that name came about?
Yeah, we had a lad working in a printer in Clitheroe, and he printed this ticket out, Suicide Squad, right? But he offered it Preston, because we were mates with Preston North End at first, and they laughed it off. They said, "Fuck that." Right, they said, "Fuck that. We're not having that Suicide Squad," because Laugh O'Brien had just come out, I think, or one of them, Monty Parthens, fucking come out.
Yeah.
But then we just took it on us. Bang, we thought it were bang on then.
Yeah, I think that's quite a mistake by Preston North End. Really.
I do myself, but they had first opportunity. If you read the book, you know what I mean, they say they had the first opportunity on that name. In the 70s, I've seen them come to Burnley in 70s, they travelled in 70s, Seen Tottenham come to Burnley, massive firm in 70s, run round to our end of game, fucking had it all over. Chelsea, not very much travellers had it, thinking 83, they didn't bring a lot. Burnley went in their end before the game and had it with them, you know what I mean? So Chelsea didn't really bring a lot. Millwall, last time they played, when they got to 8,000, we had it there with them. Do you know what I mean? But Middlesbrough, never had a result against Middlesbrough when they ever come to Turf Moor. Never ever had a result against Borough. In the 80s, top firm, front line, top fucking firm. Can't take that away from them, mate.
an episode of The Real Football Factories with Danny Dyer. I spoke to Gilly Shaw about his experience. He wasn't impressed. Did you enjoy being part of that?
My journey took me away from the big towns into unknown territory, where the breeding ground for thugs is still alive. I've been invited to Burnley to meet a firm of notorious hooligans, the Suicide Squad. Come across some naughty people now, so the only thing that worries me is the fact that I've got you with me, who's holding the camera. No one can see you, and you weigh about as much as a Rizzler paper. I've got a treacle with me, got some geezer with a clipboard, and we're going into a pub that's got the Suicide Squad in it. It's a bit laugh. It's a bit alright laugh. Unlike most of the top boys in football firms, Andy Porter bears no bones about saying exactly who he is.
Andy Porter, 39-year-old this year. No footballer, is he? Thank you very much.
Andy Porter, top boy of Burnley Suicide Squad. He's been in and out of prison all his life for football-related violence.
This is virtually where most of the battles occur down here. This is where the away fans come down here, after the away parking down there. This ambush on Main Street here. That massive car park up there, away fans park on there. They come from down there, up there, we all meet here. North East, nothing. Two sets of lads, something to pay. All these back streets right there, it was good for us because we knew where every back street, where they were going. Away from the didn't know where they were going, but we could ambush them every back street if we wanted to join. Into the street, just the hunting ground.
Andy's been involved in football violence since his teens. He's banned for life from all football grounds, and he has the press cuttings to prove it.
It's not like burning shit in my life. That's me getting booked in 88, you just give it the journeys and operations. I don't know. That's one of those. Into that. Wish you well.
Yeah, he was just an actor, weren't he? He was just playing a fucking part, innit?
Yeah.
You know what
How
I mean?
did you find him?
I found he's an actor. I found him all right. Behind the camera, all right. He's a fucking actor, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
he's an actor, and he's playing a part. He's getting paid to do that.
He was in the pub, wasn't he, with all you lot and all your boys?
Yeah, of course you were, yeah.
And you could see he was a bit intimidated, as anybody would be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's an actor. Yeah, he's not a lad, is he? I know he acts to be a lad, but he's not a lad, is he?
No, of course he's not. No.
It was safe anyhow. No one's going to chuck a bottle in a pub or glass him, are they?
No, not on camera. Or they do.
Oh, they were safe. They were safe.
They'd be bloody silly if they did.
Back in the 80s, football, proper invasions, shall we say, invasions is when thousands and hundreds of people run on, have a row with each other, or they're running towards another opposition end to goad them to have another row. It ain't like that. No. This is not what it's about. This is about lads over-exuberance, celebrating, and people are not allowed to sort of get excited anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I want to put a lighter note on it, right? I've got a funny little story of when I got nicked myself. It was early 2000s. QPR were in what is now the Championship, which was then called League One, was it? Or Division One? No matter, it was early 2000s. QPR had a rough season. We were down the bottom and we had to win our last game. Had to win it to stay up. Otherwise we went down into the third tier. Guess who we were playing? We were playing Palace, our old arch enemies type of thing. Needed to win. Back in them days, I was still drinking, I was still doing bits and pieces back then. It was early 2000s, right? I'm in the Ellerslie Road stand with a few other people and all that, and I'm QPR gone 1-0 up. We've gone crazy ballistic. Yes. Palace had the whole two tiers. When we went 2-0 up, that was it. I run down onto the touchline and I ran up towards the Palace fans, which admittedly is a bit over the top. And I probably, rightly so, got nicked because it is an offence to jump on the pitch. But I still think that is ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've done a runner and I've run up the back, tried to get out of it, went to the bog, took my cap off thinking I was clever, and I had a copper behind me who grabbed me. Cut a long story short, got nicked, got taken down the Arbill station, had to go to magistrate's court. So I'm shitting myself. I've already had a few bangs in my life, been banged up with football, which is, it's part and parcel. I don't do it anymore. I'm fucking long gone from all that caper anymore. But anyway, I'm in West London Magistrates. I'll get a duty solicitor, okay, to represent me. Guess what? He's only a QPR fan, isn't he? I've had it right. This fella's a QPR fan and he's a solicitor. He goes, mate, I can't believe they've nicked you. And anyway, so he's gone in front of the magistrate, and this is what he said to the magistrate. He said, now, they don't call them Your Honour in magistrates, they call them Sir or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now listen, you have to understand why this man supports Queen's Park Rangers. He said, for Queen's Park Rangers to score 1 goal is an absolute miracle, but to score 2, you have to understand this man's excitement. And even the magistrate was laughing, and I did get away quite lightly that day. So thanks, I'd love to trace that duty brief again. Cheers, mate.
Party in a party, 1999, Millwall come to Cardiff. 200 of them, goes in a bar in the middle of St Mary's Street, 11 o'clock in the morning. A couple of Cardiff lads walked in there and said, we are here if you want it. So next thing, the old Bill gets a message. He takes them into an area near the football ground, Greenstone. Cardiff had 1,000 lads out that day, and we tried to get at them. We run through a park, and a police helicopter landed in a park between us. We couldn't get at each other.
They actually put a police helicopter in between.
The helicopter landed in the park.
Lads,
as Cardiff were going to attack, Millwall wanted as well, but we outnumbered them, yeah?
Yeah.
We were going to attack, and we go to a park in Greenstone, and a police helicopter landed in the park. That was the end of it. But
bloody hell, that is going to some lengths to try and stop 2 firms getting down. I've never heard of a police helicopter landing in between 2 firms.
You want me to tell you about Burnley, yeah?
Yeah.
We went to Burnley in 1988 in a transit van. Cardiff had about 4,000 there. So on the way up, we said, fuck it, let's just go straight into Burnley Town Centre. So we go straight into Burnley Town Centre. We parks the van up. And we walks into the town centre, and there's a big boozer and a little alley and a little boozer on the right. So we thought, we aren't going in the big boozer, they're all looking out the fucking window, so we go straight in the little boozer. We were in there 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes they started coming in 2s. The sheep noises, man, all this shit, you know.
Yeah.
So we looked at each other. We all had a bottle in our hand. We all bought a bottle because we knew what was going to happen. So we got to get out of the pub. So we walked in the pub. As we got out, there was a couple of fists and bottles thrown. Next thing, the other pub empties, 250 of them chased us through Burnley Town Centre with suicide echoing behind us. That's life, you know what I mean?
How many of there were with you at the time?
12 of us in a van.
And you had 250 odd chasing you.
Chasing us through Burnley Town Centre.
Shouting Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Football trip to Turkey, they are on a different level. You could see the silhouette of I don't know, half a dozen, maybe 8 figures that were up there, and they were making a right racket as we started approaching them. And as we got almost level with them, we noticed there was no lights at the back of the ground where we had to walk over. And a couple of guys, like I think, put a lighter or something like that on. As soon as the lights went on, these coppers up on this bank, which is probably 30 or 40 foot above us, started throwing half-enders at us, and all sorts of abuse in their mother tongue, sort of thing. What they were going to do to us if they got hold of us. And it was just unbelievable.
And this was their police?
This was their coppers. We saw driving on the other side of the road bridge going the wrong way. What I can best describe as the Black Maria, the old big police vans where they used to throw 15, 20 guys in at a time, sort of thing. As I say, driving the wrong way, and through the open door was a couple of coppers hanging on with one hand and massive Galatasary flags in the other, waving them across the road and zigzagging through the oncoming traffic, sort of thing. It was just mental.